Yes, Ed.
Jay, on the website question, you've said again and again, including today, it didn't work out, we own that, et cetera. So on the question of why the president said, if you like your plan, you can keep it, why don't you do something similar? Why not just say, it wasn't entirely right, and move on, which is what you've tried to do with the website?
I think the president addressed this in Boston. It didn't get the notice that it might have, but the president talked about this issue of cancellations, talked about the facts behind the grandfathering clause within the Affordable Care Act, and talked about the reality that we need to make sure that that portion of the 5% of the population that is affected by this, because their insurance plans have changed their coverage, downgraded their coverage in the last few years, is provided all the information it needs and all the information it can get about potential subsidies so that they will have affordable, quality, better quality health insurance coverage come January 1st.
But you wouldn't agree before, when Major was asking you, that there was even a debate here in the White House about whether the president should say it or not. Robert Gibbs, your predecessor, was on TV this morning, and he didn't use the word debate, but he said the verbiage the president used, that there was not 100% agreement among the White House staff on whether it was the right verbiage to use. And then he was pressed on whether it was the wrong move for him to go forward anyway, the president, and Gibbs said certainly it was. So my question is, instead you seem to be saying it's the insurance industry's fault. They're kicking people off. They're sending out cancellation letters. When Dan Pfeiffer said yesterday, you referenced this, he said if you had a plan before the Affordable Care Act passed and it hasn't been changed or canceled, you can keep it. Obviously, if it hasn't been changed or canceled, you can keep it, but it's being changed and canceled.
Well, obviously, I like that.
So, obviously, but the insurance companies say they're making these changes because they're being forced by the new law. They're not doing it on their own. They have.
I'm seeing some heads shaking here because that represents a fundamental misunderstanding of the
again and again,
independent.
you have new requirements for the insurance companies to include all of these different things in the policies that were not included before. So to comply with that, they're sending out cancellation notices.
But wait, no.
Okay.
The reason why these individuals have gotten notices is because they're if they had insurance at all on the individual market when the law was passed, which was the only universe we could adjust at the time because we didn't know, we couldn't transport ourselves into the future. But is because their insurers canceled their plans and reissued them new ones, probably almost invariably downgraded plans in the interim. So the fact is, there's a provision in the law for a reason that grandfathers those plans and the people attached to them, if they want to stay with them, from prior to the passage of the law going forward. But if the insurance company changed the plan in the interim by reducing coverage, then it doesn't get grandfather status any more than a new plan introduced a year ago that was substandard and had caps or prevented you from getting benefits in hospitalization or anything like that would meet the minimum standards of coverage that the Affordable Care Act provides. If you're saying that, we're talking about this obviously because we need to do a better job of getting the facts out to that universe of the American population that is looking for answers, and we're working to do that. And because our goal is the fulfillment of the policy objective, which is the provision of quality and affordable health insurance to every American, or at least to provide access to every American. So, again, the provision in the law, I think, reflects what was that was the purpose of the grandfathering clause. And as I think Dan said over the weekend, if he didn't intend to keep his promise, he wouldn't have gone out of his way to ensure that the grandfathering clause was there. We understand we have to get the information that's necessary that these people need because they deserve it, and they need to know what their options are. They need to know that the majority of them will qualify for tax credits that will reduce the price of their new coverage. They need to know that they're getting better coverage than they had in the past. And that they have more options. One thing that's certainly happening is that people are getting letters from their current insurance company that say your current plan will expire, and then they're getting information about that company's offerings, sometimes directing them to sign up for that company's offerings. And that company may no longer, because of the competitive nature of the markets, in many places, may no longer be offering the best deal. So every person who's out there who might get a letter like that needs to go get the information that's available to them to find out what their options are, because they are better than they've ever been in almost all cases.